Howdy everyone, welcome back to the Luna Geeks Out channel, and I'm finally getting to this one, Greed by BRIDEAR. This was something that I had not known had released until, my boy Dexter Metal 420 mentioned it, and I've put it on the list of, like, new releases to get around to whenever I got a chance, and, it took a long time. Same case that was going on with my Electric Cowboy reaction. I decided to do this one as just the normal reaction for this week, just to sort of have my schedule work out a bit better, not to overwork myself, everything like that, especially with it's the end of the school year, things are chaotic. So, this one I'm looking forward to. I've heard... why did I clap? I've heard that if this was a song I think of, which I will admit, he might have been talking about a different song that I think they did... apparently they got a new album that just came out. Looks like from the description. So it might be a different track off of it, but I believe it's this one because I don't think I was told about this before it had released. Because, I knew about it before I went on vacation. I went on vacation before that one released. Yeah, so this is almost certainly the one it was about. If it's the one I'm thinking of, it's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be pretty interesting either way, because the past two tracks I've checked out, Ignite and Brave New World Revisit, were both really cool. But this one might be something very interesting. So, without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright, some synths. Okay. Maybe not the sound I would have expected. Hacking it though.
Looking out, bright shiny drive, feel them get down. I will let you be the sun that shines on you. You cannot live without me.
Oh, I'm gonna be fighting off a sneeze this whole time. Oh, it's pollen season and it's bad. Okay. Nice, higher guitar there for a second. I like the more, pop sound of this one, the more poppy sound, Good variety of this have worked for so far. That right there. I might say something. The whole thing just give me vibes of something. I'll probably figure it out eventually. Probably after the video's done. Okay. Getting more of a hint of, like, aggressive style of the last track. This is much more my kind of thing right here. Which thing I would tell me, this is the kind of thing I like. Alright, nice. With a short bass solo there. I love when the songs go, okay, I love when the songs go slower, and I talked to other people, and I love when that happens. Alright, that was not what I was expecting, but, you know, that pretty dang good. So I actually can talk about the lyrics this time, so let me actually pull those up real quick. I'm determined to actually say it this time, real quick. Yeah, I got it. What in tarnation? Okay, that just did not search properly. Reload, please. Why do I always have so much trouble getting the basic stuff done in these videos? Alright. Where were the lines? Alright, here we go. So, yeah. Okay, I'm struggling right now. As y'all probably know, I look at lyrics before checking out the songs, so I can really have the time to really think over them and try to, you know, for the analysis that I like to do, try to actually figure out what I want to say with that, because I've found that doing so is a lot better than, yeah, well, kind of a second, then, why can I not speak today? It's a lot better than doing it afterwards. Plus it lets me see if there's anything in the song that is, you know, the kind of content I don't necessarily want up on my channel, which has happened in one instance. I think it's just one instance. So, you know, it gives me some good preparation and everything. So from these lyrics, I honestly expected that song to have a darker sound. And so there's some interesting juxtaposition there that I'll talk about in a second. But so the way I read these lyrics are like a very obsessive relationship. And I should say, where is it? I should say some of these things I didn't hear in the song. There's some stuff in the song that I'm not seeing the lyrics. So I cannot speak towards how accurate they are. They were released, you know, pushed to the site 2 days ago. Okay, as of filming. Okay, then. So fairly recent. So I'm going to assume they're accurate, but there may be a few inaccuracies here. But the way I'm reading this is a very obsessive relationship. I'm not going to go quite so far as to say it's abusive, but it is also something that could reach that point if things go right, or I guess more accurately, if things go wrong. Just from the lyrics alone, and I mean, in lines like greed is a virtue, don't you think so? And then immediately follow that, no one else should have the right to tie you down. Things like, you cannot live without me. I would like to be the sun that shines on you. You'll, at one point, it says, you'll understand. I can control everything that I want. There's a lot of good stuff here. Try your luck and fall into my trap. All this stuff. It is that they are obsessing over this person. They want to be the only one to have anything to do with them. They want to control them, and they want them to want that. And I think it'd be interesting to see whether it's meant to be someone who is actually in a relationship with a person, or someone who's not in a relationship but very much obsessing. which I think would not necessarily change up the main meaning too much, but I think would there would be some interesting differences there. But it's a fairly dark song, lyric-wise, but that is not reflected in the music at all. It sounds like a fairly upbeat track. Like, I mean, it sounds like a pop song, just with metal instrumentals, even more so than stuff like, say, bands like Baby Metal do. It feels like a pop song. You just throw a guitar solo in there and everything, and it's very upbeat, which I think, talk about how that's an interesting, that is an interesting juxtaposition. And the reason is, with such relatively dark lyrics, to have it be that upbeat, big contrast there. And I realize it's from the perspective of the person who's obsessing. They're going to think they're in the right. They're going to think what they're doing is good and normal and all that. So it makes sense that it's an upbeat song. I was expecting something darker because of the lyrics, but I think having it be upbeat is actually the better way to do it. It's not what I would have done at all, but I think what I would have done is not the best way to do it. I would have made a dark song, but I think having it be more upbeat really works. So that actually really cool, the way the music and the lyrics came together, which doesn't always happen with stuff. So to see something that interesting happen with how they come together, I really liked that. And that gives us a good segue into talk about the music, because I don't really have anything more to say on the lyrics. If y'all think I'm really wrong with that, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what y'all have to say on that. But that's certainly my own interpretation. But the music was really good. I definitely, Brave New World Revisited is still my favorite, just because I love progressive metal and progressive rock in general. And as an aside, if y'all want to hear a really cool progressive rock song, check out the 2018 revisited version of Sequences by 12th Night. I've been making a playlist on Spotify of songs about World War I, so I've been digging around a lot. Stumbled across that somewhere, I can't actually remember where. Gave it a listen. It's like a 20-minute long song, but it is well worth the time investment. Probably one of the probably the best prog rock song I've ever heard. But anyways, that's that. Tangent done. I really liked progressive stuff, so that one was right up my alley. This one, I think there's the kind of blend of styles and a little bit of craziness that I really like. But there's definitely stuff that has been done in the past in the style that I prefer a lot more. But this is not bad by any means. So to get into the individual elements, I'll open up with the vocals. I would say this is probably the best performance, clean vocal-wise, I've heard from them. Ignite just felt very standard, if that makes any sense. I mean, it just felt like a fairly standard metalcore-ish song with fairly standard clean vocals. There was nothing too unique going on in it, but it was all very good. And then Brave New World Revisited, I think the clean vocals were a bit weak there. They were very good here. They really blended with the music really well. The performance was just fantastic. I do wish there had been some uncleans in there. I love some good uncleans. So I wish they'd been in there, but as they were great. Again, not much like the past two. They're not the best I've heard by any means, but they were very good. They fit the song perfectly, which I think is something important. If you can make your voice fit the music, even if you don't have the best voice, you can make something really good. So again, the vocals in this were great. The guitars were, ow, I stabbed myself with a pencil, sort of. I poked myself with a pencil. I did not stab myself. That hurt, though. Now that I'm thoroughly distracted, the guitars, those were great. They had a lot of different shifts in them. The solo, of course, was the best part. That was really getting into the heavier stuff that I really like. But throughout the rest of it, they didn't really stand out to me too much, but they were all really good. There was that one moment where it was a bit more, it would do something, freeze for do something else, instead of more continuous playing. I liked that. That was cool. I think it could have been pulled off a bit better, but I liked that. I think the playing and just that feel and the tone and everything came together really nicely in that. The drums were fairly standard. They had a few moments where I really liked them. I liked them throughout. There were a few moments where I was like, ooh, yeah, that's nice. But on the whole, the drums are really good. Just they didn't do too much to really stand out to me, to really resonate with me, I guess. I was like, all right, yeah, I like what they're doing with the drums. And then the bass, it had that one moment that I pointed out where like really stood out. And it had a few other moments where, it didn't necessarily stand out, but I could hear it. I was like, all right, I like what it's doing. It was that. I liked what it was doing. I wish it had been a bit higher in the mix. I wish the short little bass solo had been a bit longer, because bass is one of my favorite instruments. So it always makes me sad when I can't really hear it too much. But what I did hear was good. And then, of course, there were the synths. Best musical element in this, hands down, which is very sad to say because it's a metal song, but it's not that the other stuff was bad, it's that those were just really good. That they were, we've had three songs in a row with some synths. The Baby Metal song, I liked the synths, did not like how they blended with music. Electric Cowboy song, oh, that was perfection, and the synths in that, amazing. This one, just a tiny bit below that. They were some pretty dang good synths. I liked what was going on with Electric Cowboy a bit more, but I loved the synths in this. They really brought in a lot of that pop element that was going on. It sounded great. Surprised, some of the best synths I've heard in metal in a little while. But the synths are amazing, and all the music it came together really nicely. While the end product is not my favorite I've heard from BRIDEAR, even though I've only heard 3 songs, so I really can't speak too much on that. And while it's certainly not anything too crazy, it was a really solid product, It's like, I've been listening to a lot of like Sleep Token today and stuff. That's some just like really artistic music, just really amazingly creative and everything. This is not that, but it's a good, solid product, and I can listen to it, and I can enjoy it, and I can walk away feeling satisfied. It's like a really, really nice meal from some expensive restaurant versus going to, local hole-in-the-wall place and getting just a solid burger. A super expensive meal might have a lot more going on with it, and it might be objectively the better meal, but you can't go wrong with a good burger. A good burger. That I think I mispronounced that. But the analogy is not perfect. But hopefully I'll get what I'm saying. This is certainly not anywhere near the best thing I've heard, but it was good. I really liked this one. And going straight into my mix as all the stuff I've heard from them, I look forward to checking out more from them. I've got one other song on the list. I can't remember what it is, but I'm looking forward to checking that one out. And then if y'all have any other requests for some older songs they have, or anything off the new album that y'all want me to check out, drop it down in the comments. I will almost certainly add it to the list, because I've enjoyed checking this band out. Certainly not my favorite. I've read to certainly not my favorite from Japan, but I enjoy checking their stuff out. They give me a lot to talk about. I'll put it that way. So that is it. That is it. I have nothing more to say. Thank you all for watching. Be sure to like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and comment down below with your own thoughts on the track, any feedback, criticism, or anything you want me to react to. In the description, link to the music videos. You can go check it out, support the artist. Link to my Instagram, or hold on, what's the order I do? Link to my Discord, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify playlist of all the songs I've reacted to, at least the ones up on Spotify, and my Linktree, which has all my other stuff in it, including that Order 1 playlist I mentioned. I think I mentioned that. I'm pretty sure I mentioned that. In case any of that stuff interests y'all. Anyways, like I said, that's going to do it. So once again, thank you all for watching, and until next time, I'll be seeing ya.